Hi guys, this is Ratchetro, and we are playing Criminal Case Travel in Time. It's 10 p.m. when I'm recording this part, and I'm in my pajamas. So before going to sleep, let's play Travel in Time and go to case number 11. We are going to Renaissance, precisely France in Renaissance time. Katria, there's a rogue time traveler who sabotaged our time machine back in Egypt and we've been unable to return home ever since. Yeah, I still want to find who it is. We tried contacting Chief Scott in 2029 for help, but no one came to our rescue. Nah, the only thing that'll show us how to fix our machine so we can get back to the present is a treatise on time travel written by Leonardo da Vinci. We tried to find these treaties in the 1960s, but the pages we needed were missing. They must have been torn down by the saboteur. At least Kai was able to modify our time circuit so we could travel back in time, if not forward. This means we could go to the Renaissance and get help from Da Vinci himself. History states that the Italian genius was living in France in 1515 under the employ of the king, so that's where we got to travel to. I gotta say, meeting Da Vinci in person sounds pretty cool, not to mention Renaissance kings and queens, and musketeers. Well, Katria, for now you need to hold on tight, because you're lifting off in 3, 2, 1. Whoosh, whoosh. I don't know, that's how it feels like to travel back in time. Wow, Katria, the air is so fresh in the Renaissance compared to the 1960s. Katria, the air may be fresh, but I think we miscalculated a bit. We landed in England. Oh. But Leonardo da Vinci, the man we're after, was said to be living in France at the time, wasn't he? I know, and now we'll need to wait for our machine to recharge after a time jump before we can travel anywhere else. Katria, I have been studying up on Renaissance history. This country of England, it has a king, yes? Yeah. Indeed, and not just any king. We are right in the heyday of Tudor England, and Henry VIII sits on the throne. Yeah, the guy that had lots of women. Yeah, I know, that's the only thing I know about him. Henry's famous for being a pig-headed tyrant who loved to have his wives beheaded. He had 6 wives in total, but for now he's still married to his first Catherine of Aragon. He sounds almost as bloodthirsty as some of our Egyptian pharaohs. Murder! Help! Katria, do you hear someone screaming murder? We need to find out what's happening. Yes, but you better get changed into period appropriate clothes before you investigate. And be careful, Katrina. Alright, I'll put on... What am I supposed to put on in Renaissance? Katrina, Orlando's dressed up as Swiss guards, peacemakers dressed up as Swiss guards, peacekeepers of the Catholic Church. Europe was mostly Catholic in the 1550s, so they were respected everywhere. Anyway, I think the screams of murder were coming from around here. Guards! Help! A great calamity has befallen us at the royal palace. This Queen Catherine, she's been murdered. Murdered? Was she supposed to be murdered? What? Oh, Catherine wasn't meant to die like this. I mean, she was young, wasn't she? Our poor queen, found dead in the throne room. And the king's off hunting and don't even know yet. Lord save us. If you're not good, sir, we should go up to the palace at once and find out what happened to Queen Catherine. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling that those glitches in history are caused by the saboteur and whoever this saboteur is working for. I somehow assumed it wasn't going to be all about Renaissance France in this new district, but we landed in England. I think as far as I know, Henry VIII had lots of wives because he wanted to have a male heir. And that's why he married a lot of women. I think that's all I know. I watched, I don't know, where was it, on History or, well, one of those channels. Yeah, I'm again talking and not collecting clues. Where the fuck is the lion? Whoa, just in time. Katrina, the queen's face has been split apart like a rotten pomegranate. She's definitely dead. Who dared to kill a queen, and so violently? Katrina, he sees the dark deeds happen in the most opulent of palaces, no matter the time period. Let's get Catherine's body straight to Janice. And we're going to need leads if we have to solve this murder. Perhaps stitching this tapestry back together will give us one. Okay. Let's restore this torn tapestry. Katia, this tapestry is labeled The Hunt at Bushy Park. It's true, that person looks a lot like King Henry VIII, based on the portrait Orlando showed us. That piece of about Tito told us the king was out hunting. Maybe he's in this bushy park. King Henry was known for getting his wives killed. Do you think he might have had something to do with the queen's death? We don't know that yet, so... whatever the case, we'd better find King Henry and break the bad news to him. The last thing I need is me getting killed. Alright, let's have a chat with a lover. Your Royal Highness, we... Blast! You just ruined one's perfect shot at a deer. Apologies, Your Grace, but we are here to inform you that the Queen is dead. She has been murdered. What? Who had the impetus to kill one's queen? Granted, she wasn't the best wife. She couldn't even produce a single male heir. Right, you just wanted that. And I will have to prove one's innocence to one's subjects, lest they believe we did it. What a drag. Well, Your Majesty, we... Wait, you are Swiss gods, are you not? You're unbiased, and therefore the people will trust your judgment. One commands you to determine who murdered our wife. Your wishes are command, Your Majesty. Could you assist us by telling us the Queen's movements earlier today? Cathy was probably in Groot London feeding the destitute. She liked to frequent Houndsditch Passage, one particularly poverty-stricken street. Then we should continue our investigation in Houndsditch Passage. We thank you for your help, Your Highness. Houndsditch. Sorry, I'm hearing a dog barking. Katrina, I take back what I said about the fresh air. This street smells worse than the dirtiest alley in Alexandria. But look, you found a blood-stained handkerchief. Could this belong to our killer? Let's get a sample of the blood. And this piece of paper says France Sea Tours on it. I remember reading that France and England were at war in 1550, although it doesn't seem to have affected life in London. Yeah. In any case, we should dust this note regarding France to see what it's about. Yeah. And do you really think we should pick through that sticky heap of horse dung? After you, Katerina. Alright, fine. Putting on my gloves to dig through. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Oh, they're not just horse thing, there are dead rats in there. Oh, what a beautiful jewelry. The necklace you find on horse dung looks very familiar, Katerina. We should see if there's any information about the necklace in the research Orlando provided about this era. Okay. Okay, now this faded parchment. Okay, this is a ticket for a sea voyage from France. The person traveling is a musketeer called Alexander de Verreaux. A musketeer is a soldier of the French royal household. That means this Mr. de Verreaux must be working for King Francis I of France. There's a war between France and England, so what's a musketeer doing in enemy land just as a queen is killed? Better find him and ask him. Yeah. Alright, now let's collect something from this handkerchief. Let's deliver the blood sample from the handkerchief to Theo, Katerina. Okay. Alright, that's gonna be 3 hours. Now this necklace. Anne Boleyn's necklace. And she is? Katrina was right. I had seen this necklace before in one of Orlando's history books. It belongs to a woman named Anne Boleyn. According to historical accounts, King Henry was supposed to divorce Catherine so he could marry Anne. That's meant to happen 18 years from now. But for now, Anne is just a lady waiting for the queen. That means they were close companions. Who should speak to her? Okay. Alright, let's first have a chat with the musketeer. Excuse me, sir. We are Katerina and Abet of the Swiss Guard. It's Chante Guard, Katerina. A finer speech of a soldier I have yet to behold. How may I be of service? Mr. de Verreaux, we would like to know what a French musketeer is doing in London, especially on the day that we find the Queen of England murdered. Yes, I heard about Catherine's the Dragon's tragic demise, but I had nothing to do with it, I promise you. Oh my god. I'm simply in England on official business. I have been sent here as King Francis's emissary with an important message for King Henry. And what is this message? It would be my dearest desire to tell you, but I'm afraid I have been sworn to secrecy. Otherwise, I remain your most willing servant, God, Katrina. Abitot. Sorry guys, I'm not good with French. Alright, so let's speak to Ain. Wait, what's that on your neck? What's that supposed to be? Is that gonna have something to do with the killer? Lady Ain, we believe this necklace belongs to you. Give it here! This is my most treasured possession. Did you steal it? No, we found it. No, we found it in the Houndsditch passage down in London. Damn it. Ah yes, I must have dropped it while feeding the poor souls this morning with my queen. The queen is precisely why we are here, my lady. She has been murdered. Queen Catherine? Also murdered her. She was the most superlative person in the royal court. You seem very close to the queen. Do you know if she had any enemies? Do you really dare to insinuate that the saintly Queen Catherine had enemies? My lady, we know all about court politics and intrigue. You can't expect us to believe that no one disliked the queen. Think as you wish. My dear queen was like a mother to me. I shall mourn her death for all eternity. Okay. Let's see what happened to Catherine. Katrina, I can't imagine who had the gall to murder the Queen of England in such a gruesome manner. We're wondering the same thing, Janice. But tell us, what do Queen Catherine's injuries reveal? You don't need me to tell you that half her face was split apart. But did you notice that her right ear is missing? It's been hacked right off. Oh god! By Osiris, a missing ear on top of her mess of a face? What kind of weapon could have caused such horrific injuries? Well, I noticed deep, evenly spaced perforations in the wounds. I consulted Orlando and one weapon from this era fits the bill. A morning star. Oh, a morning star. That sounds pretty. It's a weapon. It certainly is. A morning star is a type of mace with a heavy metal spiked head. One blow would have been enough to fatally wound the queen. Also, I found traces of leech slime on the victim. When people were sick in this time period, they'd make cuts in their skin and use leeches to suck out their blood in order to balance their humors. They called this bloodletting. I heard something about it. Queen Catherine had no bloodletting wounds on her body, so it's your killer who has recently partaken in this pseudo-medical procedure. Katrina, it looks like our killer loves leeches, and our slim betrayal will lead us straight to them. Okay? Alright, now this blood. Hey Katrina, someone ate the last of my Captain Spaceboy cereal. You don't know anything about that, do you? I don't even know what that is, so... I don't, Theo, but I'm sure whoever took it didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, I guess I'm just not used to sharing my kitchen with so many people. Anyway, you must be here about the sample from the blood-stained handkerchief you found on the street in London. First off, the blood is your victim's. So, this handkerchief belongs to our killer, correct? We found it in Houndsditch Passage, which means they went to this street after the murder. Exactly. I suspect the killer used a handkerchief to wipe the victim's blood from their hands. Also, I found traces of polish that's used to clean loots. Orlando said that Queen Catherine was famously tone deaf, so it's your killer who plays this musical instrument. Oh yeah, that instrument was popular back then. Katrina, our killer may know how to pluck a lute string, but we'll be the ones to pluck them out of hiding and straight to prison. Okay. Katria, I wanted to go to Renaissance France to seek out Leonardo da Vinci, but we ended up in England instead, on the day someone killed Queen Catherine. Since we are waiting for our time machine to recharge, we decided to investigate the murder. We spoke to the king and the victim's lady-in-waiting, who both seemed shocked to hear of the murder, but given that they end up married in actual history, they are both rather suspect. We also crossed paths with a French musketeer who says he is here to deliver an important secret message from the French king to the English one. Whether any of these people have something to do with the Queen's murder, we have yet to... Guards! Guards! What is it? Hello there? My sincere apologies for the interruption, good soldiers, but I heard you are in search of information about the Queen. If so, I'm your man. I thought you were a woman. Okay. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!